Hey everybody, it's time for another Stone Face reaction video. I'm Griffin and this is Theta, and together we watch death battles and probably other things eventually. Who knows where we are on the time stream anymore. So what do we have today here? It's Zuko and I'll say it correctly the first time. Todoroki. There we go. Okay, it's been a while since I've had to deal with that name. And Theta, remind us, who did we pick?
I picked Todoroki and you picked Zuko.
Yeah, Todoroki, the bigger, cooler option in your mind. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, he can fill an entire battle arena with entire walls of ice, and also he has control of fire, just like Zuko does. In my mind, Zuko's only bonus is that he can control lightning, and I think ice can stop lightning.
Yeah, like undoubtedly, even like in like basic anime premise, like two elements can hit each other and they bounce off for whatever reason. Doesn't even matter if it makes sense. Todoroki has the thing going for him that the ice fire heritage thing basically lets him have unlimited energy. Uh, the way they explain it is like, oh yeah, if you use like your power, you get fatigued because it's an actual thing, and doing things makes you tired. But the way the ice works is that as he gets more tired, he gets icy. So if he fires up again, he basically refills on his fatigue. So there you go. So he has unlimited power, which is higher than you were selling him.
Well, I mean, I don't even counting that. I'm just saying that his power base is already stronger than I think Zuko. I
Mhm.
think the problem I'm getting in here is that Death Battle tends to do this thing where experience matters unless it doesn't. And I
Mhm.
do not know which one of these two is going to have more experience. Zuko is being trained in war since he was a kid, and then he didn't want to fight. Or no, he messed up as a kid, and his father beat the shit out of him and burned his face, and then he
He was
got
on a manhunt for years, so.
yeah, well, that too. But Todoroki also has an abusive father who also burnt part of his face, who also sent him out to be the best that there ever was. So they have, I think, legitimate amounts of experience. Plus, I think they're aroundish the same age. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure how.
Almost certainly.
I don't
Like,
know how
Zuko is
old
high school
Todoroki
age.
is. I know Zuko ends off somewhere in his like late teens, early 20s.
I don't think they ever pinned down an actual number, but that's right. They basically have a beach episode where they're all high school teenagers acting like high school teenagers. So that's basically the age bracket he's in, and Hero Academia is literally a high school. Todoroki might be like a year younger or two.
Right. So I think the experience card isn't going to get played. At least I hope it's not, because I've just said they have very similar life experiences.
Hmm.
So I do not see where that's going to come into play. Again, we've had tournament arcs in My Hero, and that's where Todoroki shows that he can again fill an entire stadium with his elements, both of them, whereas Zuko has a hard time going up against his sister, which has the one trick.
Right. So if we use that to segue into Zuko, then, you are right. In like terms of just like raw output, it seems like Zuko's sort of outclassed. Like the avatar power level doesn't generally go so far as to like say we're going to explode an entire X unless it's the avatar doing it or some big monster the avatar has to deal with. Which Zuko isn't either. He did train with dragons, but I think the thing that Zuko has going for him is, like you said, there's the experience part. He's actually done a whole lot, and he grows as a person, and he fights off, the lightning trick and all that. He does have two elements, so he does have more than one thing to work with.
What's his second
Uh,
element?
Lightning.
That's no, that's an extension of fire.
It Yes, that is true within the lore of Avatar, but I mean, like mechanically, they do function differently.
Yeah, but in the realm of Avatar, as you just
I
said,
know, I know.
it's not like blood bending where it's water bending and another thing, or metal bending where it's earth bending and
I
another
know.
thing.
I'm just saying, like, in terms of effect, they will do different things. So he does have at least more than one trick under his sleeve. But I think the thing that Avatar has going for the most is control, where even though Zuko doesn't have produce nearly as much fire, which they kind of don't usually. He should be able to easily prevent damage to himself from any sort of fire-based attack, period.
Well, again, though, Todoroki has to learn control. He's literally in a school for it where they get expelled in the first year if they don't learn control because they are heroes and they can't cause collateral damage. Also, Todoroki covers himself in ice and fire.
Oh, yeah.
He's immune to it too, so...
Yeah, no, I have nothing to say against like Todoroki being immune to flame. I'm saying that Zuko probably will not be hurt by fire. At least that is going to be my assumption. There is an aspect of bending where he can just move it out of the way and not deal with it. And probably and I think like there was an episode, the whole point of training yourself in fire as a bender, the first thing is don't fucking burn yourself, yo.
I think though that you're gonna be wrong. He's got a giant burn mark on his face that proves that he can get still burned.
To be fair, he did that while he was begging for mercy instead of actually fighting back, but yeah, okay.
Oh, so you're saying he also has the habit of begging for mercy. Understood.
Yeah, totally.
Selling your character.
I know, it's hard to like play devil's advocate and go like, yeah, it's nothing compared to filling a stadium with stuff, but let's see. I think Zuko has more going for him under the hood. I think there's a good chance. So let's see what happens.
All right.
With all those cool anime heroes out there, there's bound to be plenty with angsty daddy issues.
You mean like you?
Don't be silly, Wiz. I'm not an anime character. Like Prince Zuko, the firebending hunter of the Avatar, The Last Airbender.
And Shoto Todoroki, the prodigal son of fire and ice from My Hero Academia.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win.
I guess we didn't really cover the fact that Todoroki doesn't like using fire, though.
Water,
yeah, but that's the point of the tournament
fire,
arc. He gets over that.
air.
No, he starts getting over it. He didn't get over it.
Oh, okay.
Then everything
He's okay with trying to use it.
Yeah, the cranky old Fire Lord.
I haven't gone all the way through My Hero, but
And
last I
100 years
saw,
later, the
he was only
equally
just
powerful
coming to
Master of
accept his
Fire,
father.
Ozai, continued
Yeah, I think it was maybe like
tyranny.
one or two
Many
arcs
believed
after
his
that. I
rule
can't
would one
remember.
day
I gotta pick
pass
it
to
up.
either his daughter Azula or his son Zuko.
Yeah, Fire Dad was way too ego crazy for that. He drove Azula mad, even though he did clearly favor her.
Also,
Poor
I guess
little
real quick
Zuko got
clarification,
screwed
quick
over
fact.
from the beginning.
I don't believe it was
imagine
his
your dad
dad
saying
that
while your
burned his
sister
face,
was born
Todoroki.
lucky,
It was his
you were
mother
just lucky to be
with
born.
the scalding
I
hot
can't
water.
imagine my dad saying anything
Yes,
to me.
yes, that is correct.
Right. Well, despite this,
Still that
Zuko
whole
was
fucked up
desperate to
family
prove
dynamic,
himself.
though.
What a
Yeah,
fine
he still
work
loves his
ethic.
mom.
But he screwed up by
I was a
nudging
visitor
out
at
a
the
turn
hospital
in
all
a
the
big
time.
boy meeting. So naturally, his dad took him aside, sat him down, and taught him the importance of respecting others. Oh wait, just kidding. He burned his friggin' face off. Holy shit!
With his new scar came a new mission. Zuko would hunt down the elusive Avatar, the one threat to his nation's rule, to prove himself to his father and regain his honor.
Which is just a nice way of saying he was banished so he could never come back. Just like my dad didn't.
Though, frankly, Zuko did have the talent and training he needed to capture someone even as powerful as the Avatar.
Damn right, he's a fighting pro. The dude's strong enough to shatter metal chains with a kick. He's super skilled with martial arts, dual swords, and
Super strength, that might come into
firebending.
play.
As a firebender, Zuko harnesses the light of the sun.
I guess there is
to
kinda
summon
casual
flames
super
from
strength
thin
in Avatar,
air.
isn't there?
Wherever fire remains alight in an area
Well,
that's not
I mean,
too cold,
normal
he
people
manipulates
can't
or
kick
bend
steel
it
chains
to
apart.
his will.
I mean,
I guess
if I had to pick between
expounding
swirling
upon the
water
Zuko is
around,
really good in
tossing
martial
few
arts
rocks,
thing.
or farting
Zuko
hot
is
air all the
more
time,
victorious
I would
when he doesn't
definitely go with
firebend than when he
firebending.
does.
It literally means you're a living flamethrower.
Plus, it's
Literally
surprisingly
disguises
versatile.
himself
Aside
up
from
as a
simply
ninja.
creating,
Spoilers
launching, and
to
moving flames,
several-year-old
firebending can
anime
use
everywhere.
Yeah,
objects,
sword use and
melt through
everything,
ice
too.
prisons,
The
and
double
even
sword
defy
technique thing.
gravity.
Is that guy flying? With fire? Awesome, how does that even work?
Well, for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Newton's third law. By creating a rapid series of explosions and
Yeah, but
interflow within the
Todoroki can
palm,
elevate
the air
himself
between
with
the hand and fire
ice, just
is
like
launched
Iceman from
toward
the
the
X-Men
user,
can.
thereby creating propulsion.
Yeah, firebending isn't
Oh, I guess
just
there's a
about
comic where
creating
Zuko does.
fire.
I was about to say,
It's
like, I don't
about
remember
creating a
him
bunch of
doing it in the main
so
series,
Zuko can
but
make large,
others have
long-lasting
demonstrated.
walls of
Basically, just
flames
the
to
two
protect
craziest
himself
ones.
And keep enemies at a distance. That stuff's hot, you know.
Yeah, it's fire. You know, I've actually rigged up my arm to replicate the technique of firebending. Dummy, if you'd please.
Another test. How thrilling.
Now, this isn't as simple as just pointing and shooting. Firebenders fuel their flames with their own breath. And using it at all requires a fierce understanding of martial arts.
What are you trying to do, the Macarena?
Zuko's favorite form, the dancing dragon, draws primarily from northern Shaolin Kung Fu.
That's a Chinese martial art that's all about agility, wide stances, and aggressive attacks. A perfect mix of speed and strength.
Like this. Whoa!
Wiz, why?
Ha ha ha.
Anyway, the fire that benders like Zuko can generate is extremely hot, capable of melting through a cast iron door hot. This would need to be over 1200 degrees Celsius.
And while Sozin's comet was boosting his powers,
Alright,
Zuko's
now we're getting to the
Uncle
field of
Iroh
whose
blasted
fire is
apart the
hotter.
giant outer wall of Ba Sing's
Yeah, how many
sight.
comments
There is
do we
no
have in
war
this guy
Ba
in this
Sing's
one?
say. Until Iroh comes and knocks
Good old there is no war in
It's
Ba
like the
Sing's
biggest
I love
wall
that,
I've ever
the
seen.
face.
Second
It is-
only
it is
to
a
the
wonderful
emotional
meme.
walls
It's the
between
political
me and my
officer.
dad.
Even without
Earth's
Sozin's
Kingdom,
comet,
it's
which only
great.
appears once every 100 years, Zuko has more than enough firepower to level a building.
But here's the problem,
That's
though, is
no
that
laughing
ice
matter for
is
any person.
has more energy in it
He's
than
even
fire
quick
does
enough to
on a
catch
per capita
lightning
basis.
And use his fire powers to redirect it wherever he wants it to go. Kapow! Suck it, Dad!
I need
Oh,
to
wait, did
say
he
a
just
lot
shoot
of
his dad
words
with
to
lightning?
re-explain
Zuko's
that
quest
to
for
say
the
that you're
Avatar led him
right.
down a different path than he expected. Inspired
In a
by
different
his
way.
kind uncle and the Avatar himself, he joined
Well, an
the
equivalent
heroes on a
amount of
new
fire
journey,
to an equivalent
one
amount of ice.
self-discovery.
Ice
Yeah,
has
turns out he
more
didn't need
latent
his
energy
dad's
within
approval
inside of it
after
that
all.
will
He just needed to approve
last
himself.
longer than the
I
fire
need so
will.
many
Character
words.
development.
Zuko's definitely had a heated redemption arc, and now that he's the Fire Daddy, Fire Lord, his honor keeps burning brighter.
Are you crushing on Zuko?
What? No.
Yeah, you are. It's okay, Wiz. Everybody does.
Hello, Zuko here.
Welcome to a world where the supernatural is natural, where more than 80% of the population possesses superhuman abilities known as quirks.
And because everyone loves to game a system, there's a superhero leaderboard. At the very top of it stands the ultimate hero, All Might.
All Might's feats and
No, not
reputation
anymore.
were incredible,
Spoiler
a
alert.
true symbol
Oh,
of
no.
peace for everyone.
Not
That
the
is,
thing they
everyone
foreshadowed
except
the
hero
entire
perpetually stuck
time.
At rank number 2.
That's Endeavor, and he vowed
Not the
to
entire
surpass
premise
All
of the
Might,
series,
but his
no, how
literal
could you spoil it?
firepower was just
Well, I mean, to be
never
fair, it doesn't
enough.
happen for like
But
2
if he couldn't
seasons.
do it himself,
Yeah,
he
but it
would
is the main
vicariously
premise.
through his own heir. Thus, he made the desperate decision to arrange a quirk marriage.
Basically, he paid a family off to get a wife with an ice quirk
It's
and popped out
fan-friendly
kids until he got the right
eugenics.
quirk combo.
Fan-friendly eugenics.
Gross.
No.
I feel like I need a shower.
After 4 attempts, they finally spawned the child he was looking for, Shoto Todoroki.
Half cold, half hot. Literally, right side's ice like his mom, and left
Did he lose
side's
his eye at
fire
some
like
point?
his dad.
Endeavor quickly separated young Todoroki from his supposedly
I
less
don't remember, so maybe in a later
become the
season,
most
or maybe that was
powerful
just a
hero
cool
in
effect.
history.
Surprise! Things didn't go so well. He drove Shoto's mom totally insane until she broke.
Pouring boiling water on her son's left side because it reminded her too much of him.
Okay, this is getting super heavy for a colorful cartoon about superpowers and frog people.
Yeah, it's
Fortunately,
really
Todoroki
heavy, isn't
never
it?
truly fell for his father's disgusting manipulation. He attended UA High School, a hero academy, and worked to use his power for good.
But just his mom's power. Why use fire when you can stick it to the man? The man being a big scary fire dad over there. Anyone else notice his facial hair is made of fire? How does that work?
From his right side, Todoroki can summon intense bouts of cold, freezing the air or even creating massive
I mean, look at all
glaciers of
that.
ice.
Talk about overkill! And like a good edgy teen, Shoto named this super
Now, they have like a
expert
backup
something
shot of
badass.
it too, where it just
Piercing
there it
ice
is.
flow.
Yeah, see?
Oh, you can
That's
just
the good
taste
one.
the self-loathing.
You can also
He
control
can
it
create sheets
too.
of ice to slide on or propel himself forward as if riding a
I mean, he can, like,
While he
form
can't
it.
manipulate the ice after he's launched.
Oh, yeah, the
it, he
ice
has
skating,
extremely
which is
precise
great.
control over its initial release. He can even freeze opponents so thoroughly that they are frozen both inside and out, effortlessly causing
I mean, like how he
necrosis
made
and
those kids
shattering
ice
body
ramps and
parts.
everything like that. He
Seriously,
can
that's
form
so
it as he
dark.
makes it.
It's chilling.
Hmm.
Talk about having a cold shoulder.
But Todoroki has a problem. While he is highly resistant to cold, he's not immune.
Here I am. Guess I'll die.
Oh, I won't be needing you this time, dummy.
Genuine joy.
Casting too much ice from his right side will cause his body temperature to drop until he falls unconscious, potentially even suffering frostbite.
I mean, it takes freezing an entire building before side effects even start to show up, so it's not up. Why'd you even make the stupid robot?
That's why Endeavor chose to mix ice with fire. See, he had the same problem with his own fire quirk, but with cold and hot combined, they could counter each other's weaknesses.
Thankfully, Shoto met a friend who helped show him that his fire wasn't his father's, it was his own. You tell him, Deku. Finally, the full power of
emotional
Icy
arcs.
Hot was unleashed. Hey, you think you could help my back? Just hurts from carrying the
Yeah, look at that
show.
power.
While he's much less proficient with
Yeah.
fire,
Zuko does not do anything on that level.
This half of his quirk is identical to Endeavor's. His fire is hot enough to melt Tetsu Tetsu, whose body can turn to steel, which means it can reach temperatures over 1600 degrees.
He can blast fire like a raging inferno, form walls of flame to block off areas, and use his evil dad's signature technique, flash fire.
Flash fire is a method of compressing flame under super hot temperatures before releasing it in a single strike. Endeavor can also shape his fire, use it to cling to walls, and fly.
But even if he is a huge
He's already got
dick,
the ice for
Endeavor
that
was
part.
kinda right. Fire and ice combined put both quirks at their best.
Oh
gosh, they've set them both up to fly now, haven't they?
Yeah, of course.
Fighting top-tier foes like Stain, and keeping up with classmates like Bakugo and Tokoyami, who can block Kaminari's electricity.
And while he's often criticized for relying too much on his quirk, Todoroki is incredibly smart and a quick thinker, reading and setting traps for his opponents in the blink of an
There we
eye.
go, the fatal
And
flaw,
after
relying
all
too
that
much on
craziness,
superpower.
He finally patched things up with his mom.
Right,
And
but he does
somehow
things
he
without it, too.
inspired his dad
They
to
just said
try
it.
and be a better person.
Oh yeah, I
What a
know,
nice
but I'm just like
story.
I'm trying to get
I
my
would even
hammers in.
inspire my dad too. Not Mama though. She's
I gotta build
already
my case.
perfect.
Well on his way to becoming a successful hero, Shoto Todoroki no longer fights in spite of his father, but for himself and the sake of others.
I wanted to. I'll be a hero.
I mean, definitely a better exit
All right, combatants
speech
are
than
set. We've
Zuko
represented
had.
you all possibilities.
Oh yeah, where they
It's
have the
time
awkward,
for a
hey,
death
I'm here to join you guys now moment.
Alright, so let's recap. I think I'm going to win this one. I mean, I'm not usually confident. I mean, you put some doubts in my mind with the whole Zuko can be a ninja and Todoroki only tricks people thing. But we've got hotter heat, we've got the ability to stop lightning. We also know that Zuko's lightning travels at visible speed, which means it's only the front wave of lightning and not effectively lightning itself. Todoroki's better in every other aspect because he's got ice and fire, and he's got bigger fire.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's your counters here?
My counter is nuh-uh.
Are you gonna pull the meta aspect of they wouldn't throw in a weaker fighter unless there was some way for him to win?
I mean, that would make sense. I mean, they've had some fairly uneven fights before between equivalent concept characters, and maybe this could be it, but yeah, I don't know how Zuko's going to come out on top. I can only hope that he does. That's where I am at right now.
My problem is that I've thought that there were exceedingly uneven battles before where I thought I was so clearly the winner, and I have lost every time. So
Oh, that's right. You're so confident. That means you have to lose now.
yeah,
That's my advantage.
every time I think I've got the winner in the bag, it goes against me. So that's my only fear now is not what I know, it's what's gonna go wrong.
Our reverse Cassandra truth. Everything you say is a lie, but we all listen to you. Well, I guess let's just go ahead and get it on. Martial arts.
Yeah, go ahead and use up all your power now.
A villain? You'll pay for that.
No, wait. I'm not the bad guy here. I mean, not anymore.
Your actions say otherwise. Fire.
I do love the contrivances.
I'll prove I'm better
makes
than
sense.
both of you.
Yeah, but they're always a good gag.
What's the matter? Melting under pressure? He's just...
Like me.
That was very anime. I would say this is a very technical fight, but they keep zooming back to do wide shots.
Yeah, the wide shot's gonna be filled with ice eventually. Like that.
My cabbages!
No, my cabbages!
I never intended to finish you with fire. You could obviously block it. But not this. It's over.
And it's over.
I don't care how much power you have. I know who I am. I will win!
Then I'll have to go beyond.
Plus Ultra.
I did a reverse shot there. That was slightly confusing. Oh. Yeah, this is the end.
Fire Lord. I will win this for my honor!
Cool shot. Can it be? Have I won one?
Yeah, just pure power output.
Apologies.
Guess I was wrong.
Animation upgrade.
Okay, talk about cool as
Guess I was
hell.
wrong. I
That was
guess I
epic.
thought he could
Please.
still use lightning, but I guess it was
Breathing
just his sister.
Both Todoroki and Zuko held
Let's see
solid
what they say.
advantages over the other. Zuko's martial arts, athleticism, and lightning-fast reflexes meant that if he could get close to Todoroki, he could
Oh,
likely
maybe he just
end
learned the
fight pretty quick.
redirect.
But Shoto's no
Right.
slouch. The guy may be better at long range, but he's been in scraps before. Like with the super fast, super deadly hero killer Stain. And with all that ice popping up everywhere and his own super sliding and boosting skills, Shoto made it hard for Zuko to get close for long.
Plus, the speed difference wasn't all that drastic. Todoroki's fellow student Tokoyami's Dark Shadow blocked Kaminari's electricity after it had been fired. Quirks are not magic, and there are very few ways for electricity to travel through the air. Lightning is essentially an ionized path that electricity travels through. Kaminari's quirk must use the same method.
Dark Shadow blocked Kaminari, Bakugo dodged Dark Shadow, and Todoroki can match Bakugo in a fight. Bada bing, bada boom, that's lightning fast reflexes, baby.
Hey,
While Zuko
transitive
certainly
properties.
had more control over fire, Todoroki could easily repel his firebending with his own flames, not to mention the clear difference in temperature. Zuko may be skilled with fire, but he's not immune to it, nor did he have any reliable counter for fast and massive ice attacks.
We don't even need to bust out the calculator
That
for
doesn't
this
happen
one,
in the
Wiz.
Avatar
That
universe.
stadium is circled by a 4-kilometer track. That's huge. And the edgy ice wall covered almost half of it in less than a second. Zuko didn't have that kind of power spread.
Yes, I know fire melts ice, but not instantly when it comes to gigantic glaciers. Plus, firebending becomes much more difficult in cold temperatures. Sure, Zuko's melted through ice prisons before, but only ones where he could still move or at least breathe. Remember, firebending requires breath and movement. When Azula was trapped in an ice prison so compact she couldn't move or breathe, she was helpless.
But like, Shoto could just freeze over Zuko's insides anyway. No way he was surviving that.
Zuko might have been an admirable bender and adorable fan favorite, but Todoroki's overwhelming ice, versatile defense,
my fan
and
favorite.
incredible power
I'm voting against
I
him.
like him.
Zuko
I'm up to 2.
aimed for success, but his opponent Shoto put him on ice.
The winner is Shoto Todoroki.
Ah, there we go. You won,
Thanks for watching
baby.
this
You
episode of
won.
Death Battle.
How does it
Come
feel
back
to be a
next week
winner?
see previews of our upcoming matchups. If you want to watch more stuff, you can click the boxes right around here.
Ah,
and
yeah,
you can always
it's
pick up
good.
some DB merch
Not
at
used to it.
store.roosterteeth.com.
Just utterly shocked, I can tell.
Wally West, Barry Allen. Sonic?
versus Sonic.
Oh, well, they showed a picture of Barry Allen in there. Well, wait a second. That said Archie Sonic.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know what that means.
It means just like out of the comic book, that's all.
Yeah, but Sonic isn't from Archie.
Right, but they're using that specific version because it at least compacts down what he does. Otherwise, it's a billion video games where they're all completely different.
Yeah, but they're saying
I
Wally
think they
West.
got tired of it, actually.
They didn't say DC Comics Wally West. Does that mean they're doing the cartoon and the movie versions of Wally West?
But the thing is, those are all compact enough, I think.
Oh yeah, only multiple years, resurrections, etc. Also different comic universes. Anyway,
yeah.
you got first pick. You lost.
Dang, okay, well, the Flash can go through time, warp physics, and go through matter, and Sonic has complete invulnerability, moves infinitely fast, and has laser beams. I don't know which one I'm gonna pick here, actually. Jeez. I'm gonna go with laser beams. I'm gonna say Sonic.
Okay, I'll go with Wally West. You know what Wally West has?
What's he got?
Speed Force. Wally West is the one Speed Force user that can remove Speed Force from other people, which means he slows other people down.
But you're getting Chaos Emeralds because this is gonna be
Yeah, but Wally
very
West
crazy.
can also vibrate, move through matter, as you said. Also, Wally West can also go back in time, like every other Speed Force user can.
Yeah. It's gonna be ridiculous. That's gonna be for sure. So I guess we'll catch you next time on Stoneface Reactions. I've been Griffin, and this has been Theta. See you next time.